Welcome to Navigation Trading Live. You are now part of a growing group of do-it-yourself traders who are trying to change the way investors think about building wealth. But because we don't believe in using financial advisors, stock tips, or traditional financial media, we have to do things different. We have to do things smarter. We do that through an art and a science we call trade hacking. At Navigation Trading, our methodology is based on statistics and probabilities, not hype or emotion. Our core strategies have been used by market makers, hedge funds, and floor traders for many years. Now, we share these secrets with you. Whether your goal is to make an extra $1,000 per month or replace your current income, with our guidance, you can achieve financial success beyond your wildest dreams. So, let's get started. What's up, Navigation Traders? Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great long weekend. Of course, the markets were closed on Friday for Good Friday. So hopefully you had a good long weekend, recharged the batteries, and are ready for another great week of trading. Applied volatility continues to stay high, which is always good for selling premium and trading the way that we do. And before we jump in, just a reminder, if you guys have any questions or any topics or things that you want me to cover live, just submit those on the comments here on Facebook or YouTube, or you can always shoot us an email. We broadcast live every Monday morning. We stream live both from our Facebook page and YouTube channel simultaneously. So you can catch this live every Monday morning at 8:25 before the markets open. And if you haven't already, make sure you connect with us. Like us on Facebook, connect with us, subscribe on YouTube, so you're always up to date on some of the relevant stuff that we have coming out. This is the broadcast where we announce a lot of our upcoming courses, events, web classes that we do. So make sure you stay in touch this way and stay up to date on everything that we are doing. So let's go to the platform and see what's going on in the markets this morning. The market opens up in a few minutes, so it's just a few minutes before it opens, but we can check out the futures. And if you look at the ES, the S&P, you can see it's down a little over 11 points. NASDAQ down 55, Dow down 129, the Russell's down 5, oil's down about 1%. The VIX, of course, popping its head up because stocks are down. Gold up about 1%, silver up almost 2%. Bonds and notes down slightly. You can see nat gas is down over 1%. All the grains are up a little bit. Soybeans, wheat, corn, all up about 3/4 to over 1%, and the euro is up slightly as well. Bitcoin down a little bit. We do not trade Bitcoin. However, I keep it on my chart just to stay engaged on what that crazy market's doing. So that's what the futures are doing. So what I want to do for our trade of the week is, and we'll come back and take a look after the market opens to what some of these individual stocks are doing, but what I plan to do for our trade of the week is look at selling some premium in IWM. Now, IWM is the ETF that tracks the Russell. So if we take a look at a chart of IWM, what you'll see is the implied volatility is still very high. Started to contract a little bit on Friday because we had that big move up. But with stocks down a little bit at the open today, I'm going to guess that implied volatility popped its head back up. And so looking for a good entry in IWM. It's a super liquid ETF, lots of open interest, lots of volume, tight bid-ask spreads. So we like to have a position on in IWM anytime there's a decent opportunity. So we took a position off last week and booked a profit in IWM. So we don't have anything on currently, so wanting to put a position on there. And so if we take a look at the trade tab, we like to go to about the 20 delta. And we can do sell iron condor. Excuse me. Go about 3 points wide on the wings is what we like to do. And then the same thing on the put side. So if we look at the 20 delta is about the 142. So we can enter that. And we may adjust these once the market opens and once we analyze it. And then let's adjust the one we buy down to 145, 3 points wide on the put side. Oh, I did something wrong there. That should be 139, 3 points lower, about an 87-cent credit. So we'll take that over to the Analyze tab, and the market's just getting open, so the options aren't quite open yet. So we'll give this a minute. And while we're waiting for everything to digest at the open, I want to hop over to the CML backtester. And so what this is a strategy backtester that we use to backtest different strategies. And what we're looking at here is I just put in IWM, Iron Condor. Obviously, it's when we open, we sell to open an Iron Condor. IWM has no earnings announcements because it's not a stock, so nothing special there. Open the trade during normal time. And then what we do from a management standpoint is we like to close these when we get a profit of about 40%. And then in this backtest study, I'm showing that we open another one immediately after each trade is closed. So what we're looking at here is a 5-year backtest using options with about 45 days to expiration. We're currently in the cycle right there. I think there's 45 or 46 days to expiration as of today. And then I'm looking at a couple of different strike levels. So the 50 delta call and put and buying the 20 delta calls, that's basically like a butterfly. So you can see a huge return, 640% over the last 5 years, 32 wins, 14 losses, almost a 70% win rate. So that's a great way to do it as well. And then I narrowed the strikes just a little bit. So I went from the 50 down to the 40, and you can still see a very nice winner. And that, excuse me, that increased the win percentage up to over 75%. Going a little bit tighter to about the 30 delta. Then you've got still a big win rate up to 81% now. And kind of the wheelhouse that we like to play in is that I just showed you is selling the 20 delta and basically buying around the 10 delta. So still giving a nice overall return of 276, but the win rate up over 83% now. So kind of in that 20 to 30 delta is where we sell our strikes. Somewhere in between here is what we're looking at. And from a 5-year backtest standpoint, win rates over 80%. You can see with the 20 delta, 56 wins, just 11 losses. So just a winner across the board. Now, keep in mind, this is not even taking into consideration a filter for implied volatility. So this is actually putting these on and taking them off, putting them on, taking them off once we hit 40% of max profit or holding all the way to expiration, and then putting another one on immediately after without regard to where implied volatility is. So CML is coming out with an implied volatility filter so that we can put in with a specific only put on trades when IV rank or IV percentile is over that 50% level like we do. But it's not there yet. But you can see just from this strategy, just from purely selling Iron Condors, putting them on, taking them off, booking them at 40% of max profit, you can see what an excellent strategy this has been over the last 5 years. And so once you take into account the fact that we only like to put these on during periods of high implied volatility, like we're showing right now, that's just another huge advantage. I mean, look how high implied volatility is right now. The percentile is in the 96th percentile. IV rank is at 60. So a good time to be selling premium. And so that's what we're going to put on for our trade of the week. So I'm going to up the contracts on this and then try to get filled. Once I do, I will shoot that out to our pro members. Keep in mind, for those listening who are not pro members, our pro membership is still currently closed to new subscribers. We got a little bit overwhelmed as far as the number jumping on board, so we like to give a high level of service. So we'll be opening up that sometime in the future, but it's still closed to new members. You can join the waiting list though if you're interested. Okay, so I'll shoot that out. The other thing, let's go back to the markets and see, the cash market is open. So let's see what some of these other stocks are doing. Apple's up about 0.25%. Adobe's down a little bit. AMBA down about 2%. Amazon down about 2%. They're kind of taking it on the chin with the administration, kind of attacking their business model a little bit. Let's see what else. Baidu down a little bit. Citi, it looks like the financials are up 1.75%. See what some of these others are doing. Not many too not many huge movers here. Everything's fairly stable. McDonald's up 1.5%. Hamburgers are still good, I guess. Netflix down 2%. So some of the tech stocks getting hit a little bit. Some of the financials up a bit. Let's see what else. Snap down. Tesla down another 4.5%. Man, that thing's on a little bit of a slide. Looking like they're not going to meet expectations for the Model 3 production. Walmart down about 1.5%. So a lot of red on the screen. Some sectors up a little bit. Financials holding it up. If we take a look at the futures again, still down. S&P down 8. Dow down about 100. So let's see what that did to the implied volatility. I already looked at IWM. Let's just check that out again. You can see, as I mentioned, with stocks down a little bit today, I thought implied volatility would pop its head back up, and it has. So we will go ahead and look to get filled on this Iron Condor and IWM. Everybody have a great week of trading, and we'll talk to you next week.